All right, guys, we're on 1 Samuel chapter 2. 1 Samuel chapter 2. So Hannah prayed and said, remember, Hannah was given a son. His name is Samuel. So I guess what she asked of the God she believes in came true. So here in the first book of Samuel, chapter 2, Hannah prayed. Hannah prayed and said, my heart rejoiceth in the Lord, my horn is exalted in the Lord, my mouth is enlarged over my enemies, because I rejoice in thy salvation. There is none holy as the Lord, for there is none besides thee, neither is there any rock like our God. Talk no more so exceeding proudly. Let not arrogance come out of your mouth, for the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. So there's no Lord besides thee, neither is any rock. This sounds very similar to like the David Psalms or Proverbs. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. The bowels of the mighty men are broken, and they that stumbled are girt with strength. They that were full have hired out themselves for bread, and they that were hungry seized, for that the barren that hath borne seven, and she that hath many children is waxed feeble. The Lord killeth and maketh alive, he bringeth down to the grave, and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich, he bringeth low and lifteth up. He raised up the poor out of the dust, and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. For by strength shall no man prevail. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king, and exalt the horn of his anointed. So far in this whole Bible, I mean, it's only been about 350 pages. This is the first time somebody has spoke like this. And it's Hannah. It's I don't know. It's just the first time somebody has declared this sort of power of this sort of God. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, look. Neither is there any rock like our God. Um, People that were hungry are not hungry anymore. People who were barren of children are having 7 kids, and even women that were having a lot have no more. It's kind of, I don't know if it's symbolic to maybe certain lineages, but he raiseth up the poor out of the dust. He lifted up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. It's almost like what glory is, like the glory on earth? Is it like another life, glory in heavenly glory? Those who are low on earth are going to be raised in glory in the afterworld. It's very, very interesting. And Elkanah went to Ramah to his house, and the child did minister unto the Lord before Eli the priest. Now the sons of Eli were sons of Belial. They knew not the Lord. So Belial is this famous other sort of deity, I guess, that the rebellious people end up going to serve. So even in the end of Judges 19, when these bad people of not Abraham, no, Benjamin, the land of Benjamin, who raped and killed the wife of the Levite, who ended up cutting up 12 pieces and sending them to the 12 tribes. The situation that caused the division amongst the 11 tribes versus the one of Benjamin. Remember, he says they were the sons of Belial. So they were actually followers of a god. So it was symbolic to these people. They swayed from a bad god, right? They were following a bad god, which was symbolic to their character. I thought they were actually sons of a guy named Belial, but no, they were the seed of this evil sort of god, I guess. So the sons of Eli were sons of Belial. They knew not the Lord, and the priest's custom with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, a priest's servant came while the flesh was in seething, with a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand, and he struck it into the pan or kettle or cauldron or pot. All that the flesh hook brought up the priest took for himself. So they did in Shiloh unto all the Israelites that came thither. Also, before they burnt the fat, the priest's servant came and said to the man that sacrificed, give flesh to the roast for the priest, for he will not have seethed flesh of thee, but raw. And if any man said unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently, and then take as much as thy soul desireth, then he would answer him, nay, but thou shalt give it me now, and if not, I will take it by force. Wherefore the sin of the young man was very great before the Lord, for men abhorred the offering of the Lord. But Samuel ministered before the Lord, being a child, girded with a linen ephod. So Samuel's ministering, even though he's just a young kid. So moreover, his mother made him a little coat and brought it to him from year to year when she came up with her husband to offer the yearly sacrifice. And Eli blessed Elkanah and his wife and said, the Lord give thee seed of this woman for the loan which is lent to the Lord. And they went unto their own home, and the Lord visited Hannah so that she conceived and bore 3 sons and 2 daughters. And the child Samuel grew before the Lord. So she has 5 kids. So Hannah ends up having 5. Now Eli was very old and heard all this. Eli was very old and heard all that his sons did unto all Israel, and how they lay with the women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he said unto them, why do ye do such things? For I hear of your evil dealings by all this people. So that's interesting. So this tabernacle, right? This tabernacle of the congregation, it's like the meeting place where people go to, I guess they bring their sins or bring, it's like the main courthouse. It's like where they go and they feel that it's holy, and they come with their issues. They, anything, any faults against them, or any confessions they have to make, or they seek forgiveness. They seek procession. They seek they have trust in these people. So, but Eli, which seems to be the head of the Levites at this moment, his sons are, they lay with the women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle. So they're seducing them. They're having sex with the women that are looking for penitence, or looking for forgiveness. So name my sons, for it is no good report that I hear ye make the Lord's people to transgress. If one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sin against the Lord, who shall entreat for him? Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto the voice of their father, because the Lord would slay them. And the child Samuel grew on and was in favor both with the Lord and also with men. So he said, they would not listen because it was the Lord's purpose to destroy them. So right here it says, because the Lord would slay them. So they would not entreat for him, notwithstanding they hearkened not unto the voice of their father. So they didn't listen. And there came a man of God unto Eli and said unto him, thus saith the Lord, did I plainly appear unto the house of thy father when they were in Egypt in Pharaoh's house? And did I choose him out of all the tribes of Israel to be my priest, to offer upon my altar to burn incense, to wear an ephod before me? That I give unto the house of thy father all the offerings made by fire of the children of Israel? Wherefore kick ye at my sacrifice and at my offering, which I have commanded in my habitation, and honorest thy sons above me, to make yourselves fat with the chiefest of all the offerings of Israel my people. Wherefore the Lord God of Israel saith, I said indeed that thy house and the house of thy father should walk before me forever. But now the Lord saith, be it far from me, for them that honor me I will honor, and they that despise me shall be lightly esteemed. Behold, the days come that I will cut off thy arm and the arm of thy father's house, that there shall not be an old man in thy house. And thou shalt see an enemy in my habitation, and all the wealth which God shall give Israel, and there shall not be an old man in thy house forever. And the man of thine whom I shall not cut off from my altar shall be to consume thy eyes and to grieve thy heart, and all the increase of thy house shall die in the flower of their age. And this shall be a sign unto thee that shall come upon thy 2 sons, on Hophni and Phinehas, or Phineas. And one day they shall die both of them, and I will raise me up a faithful priest that shall do according to that which is in thy heart. No. And I shall raise up a faithful priest that shall do according to that which is in my heart and in my mind, and I will build him a sure house, and he shall walk before my anointed forever. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left in thy house shall come and crouch to him for a piece of silver and a morsel of bread, and shall say, put me, I pray thee, into one of the priest's offices, that I may eat a piece of bread. Remember, this is after the book of Judges and after Ruth. So this is after a lot of rebelliousness, right? It's like God did something for them, they forgot about it, and now they're just like, they're well established, they have land, God defeated all their enemies, And so they needed judges to come and continue to correct them, to remind them. So this is a God that continues to forgive them, right? It's like, but then he destroys people too. So again, I've learned that this is a book not of an individual. It's not to save the individual. It's to save the line of people, to keep the idea of himself alive, to keep his people alive. Like he'll wipe out a whole generation, maybe keep a few alive, and then to multiply and keep his I don't know, his glory alive, you could say. So and I will raise thee up a faithful priest that shall do according to that which is in my heart and in my mind. I will build him a sure house, and he shall walk before my anointed forever. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left in thy house shall come and crouch to him. So he's saying, I'm going to raise this one individual up, and you guys are going to go crouch to him. You guys are going to, you're going to crouch to him for a piece of silver and a morsel of bread. He says he's going to break them down so much they're going to come begging to this one individual, to the faithful priest. The faithful priest. It's interesting. It says, I pray thee, put me, I pray thee, into one of the priest's offices. It kind of shows maybe sort of this, I don't know, like, okay, only the people that hold a position of power. I don't know. I mean, it seems like, oh, it's a good thing, holy, right? Oh, you want to be on the good side of the Lord, but it also shows a sense of, shows an idea that if you aren't holy enough, if you don't have this position, you're not going to have access to resources. And it's justified, oh, it's God's doing. God is saying, oh, because all the sins you created for yourself, your disobedience is why you had to come begging for even a piece of bread. So it's pretty interesting.